just from a health issue. But the reason that I've said that this isn't going to happen is it's because of the athletics, the sports. There's this pressure to have this time for the athletic teams. And in St. Paul schools, so many of those teams, they can't even field a complete team. They have to merge two or three high schools together to get enough participants to field the teams. But athletics has taken over academics. That academics take a back seat, and the health of the students takes a back seat. But it's really about, to me, I get tired of hearing these words like equity and so forth. Let's just call it what it is. It's academics is not the consideration. It's closing, this talk about closing the achievement gap. It's not going to happen for the reasons you heard me discuss there at the beginning of the school board meeting. So those parents are there. There was nobody there that was advocating for the later start times. They all spoke in regard to having later start times and the benefits of the students. All right, let's switch because we're down to 15 minutes. I want to show you some of the clips from the St. Paul or the North St. Paul superintendent, and this is after the failed levy that went down roughly on a 60-40 vote, or it might have even been 65-35 as opposed. And that whole discussion was that these school boards, this school board election was kind of what we'll refer to as a stealth election. They felt if people didn't know that this was going to happen, and that these school districts have the list, the names and email addresses of the parents and these select, because they've done focus groups and hired these consultants to put together these lists of people that support and which people are against. So the districts make sure they turn out the supporters and keep them abreast that this election is taking place. That's the game that gets played, and so many people that I talked to said, what was the reason for us to vote for this? We weren't included in this discussion. It was just give us more. And so let's play some of this, and this is the new North St. Paul Maplewood Oakdale superintendent, Christine Osorio, and she came out of St. Paul. She was part of Valeria Silva's administration. All right, so let's play this. And we had
just kind of a quick brief sharing, checking in with where everybody is at. As we look ahead to December, we do not actually have a work study session on the calendar. What we have is a reflection session scheduled right before our regular business meeting of the board. And so the question we're going to be also asking is if you're interested in scheduling a different additional work study session, or if we wanted to change that reflection session into a work study session and maybe start at 4:30 instead of 5 o'clock. I mean, that's another option as well if time is tight, because in December we only have one date on the calendar. But it seems to me that we're going to want to have some deeper conversations about the levy and the budget. So the two items basically that would be on the agenda for that potential meeting would be more levy conversation and deeper dive into budget projections and budget conversations. So with that,
I just wanted to add that the thought of waiting to do it at a retreat might be a little tardy if we wanted to do any kind of consideration for 2016 for different options.
Exactly.